The video you're watching right now was not filmed by a human. Nobody sat in front of a camera. Nobody recorded this voice in one take. Nobody sat at an editing timeline dragging clips around at midnight. A machine did all of it. The script, the voice, the visuals, the edit, the captions, even the schedule that posted it. Do it again tomorrow and the day after, without me. That's what I actually mean by a faceless channel on Autopilot. Not, I film myself less. I mean an assembly line that turns a single idea into a finished, uploaded video while I go and do something else. In this video, I'm going to open up the whole factory and show you every station on the line in order so you can build your own. No camera, no face, no editing software, you have to learn. Let's walk the line. First, let me kill the myth you've been sold, because it's why most faceless channels die. The gurus tell you faceless YouTube is easy. Just use AI, print money. It's a lie of omission. The hard part was never the idea. The hard part is doing it again. It's making video number 40 when you're tired, keeping the voice consistent, the look consistent, the schedule consistent for months before the algorithm rewards you. That is a grind that breaks people, and a grind is exactly the thing you're supposed to hand to a machine. So I stopped trying to be a one-person video studio, and I built a factory instead. Here's the shift that changed everything for me. Don't think of it as making a video. Think of it as a production line, where a raw idea goes in one end and at each station, one small worker does one small job and passes it to the next. No single step is impressive. The magic is that they're chained together, and the chain never gets tired. Let me show you the stations. Station 1, the idea and the title. This is the part that's still mostly me, and I'll explain why in a minute. But even here I have help. I have a worker whose only job is to watch what's trending in my topic that day and hand me a list of angles, phrased as titles that make you want to click. I'm not filming yet, I'm not writing yet, I'm just choosing. I pick the title that's the sharpest promise, because on YouTube, the title and the thumbnail are 90% of whether a video gets watched at all. Everything downstream serves that promise. Station 2, the script. Once the title is locked, that promise goes to a writing worker. But here's the trick that separates a good channel from AI slop. I never just say, write me a video. I've written out the exact format my channel uses, how it opens, how it hooks, the rhythm, the honesty, the way it ends. That format is the secret sauce. The AI doesn't invent my style. It pours the topic into a mold I built. Out comes a script in my channel's voice, every time, whether it's the first video or the 400th. Consistency, which is the thing humans are worst at, is the thing the machine is best at. Station 3, the voice. This is the one people think is impossible to fake, and it's actually the easiest station on the line. The finished script goes to a single AI voice, the same voice on every video, so the channel sounds like a real, familiar presence. It reads the whole script in one consistent tone, and never needs a second take, never has a cold, never sounds different on a Tuesday. That's a voiceover artist who works for pennies and is available at 3 a.m. The voice you're hearing right now has never had a bad day because it's never had any day at all. Station 4, the visuals, and this is where Faceless earns its name. There is no footage of me because there's no me to film. Instead, 2 workers feed the screen. One builds clean, custom graphics, the little diagrams and mock-ups and big numbers that explain the point on screen. The other pulls relevant stock clips from free libraries, so there's always motion behind the words. Between them, every single second of the video has something purposeful to look at, and not one frame required a camera. This is the part that used to eat my whole day, and now it happens while I make coffee. Station 5, the edit, the station that kills everybody. Editing is where faceless creators quit because syncing visuals to a voiceover by hand for 10 minutes over and over is soul-destroying. So I don't. An assembly worker takes the voice track and the pile of visuals and cuts them together automatically. It reads the timing of the speech, drops the right visual on the right sentence, keeps the cuts fast so it never drags, burns in bold captions that follow the words, and lays a soft music bed underneath, ducked so the voice always sits on top. What took me an evening now takes minutes, and it comes out the same quality every time because a machine doesn't cut corners when it's tired. Station 6, the thumbnail and the schedule. A visual worker generates a few bold thumbnail options built around the title's promise. Because remember, the thumbnail is half the battle. I pick the best one, and then the last worker on the line uploads the finished video and schedules it to publish at the right time, even days later, even while I sleep. So the channel keeps posting on a rhythm without me pressing a single button on the day. Now step back and look at the whole line at once, because this is the part that still surprises me. A trending topic goes in one end. At the other end, hours later, a finished, captioned, thumbnailed video is scheduled and ready to go live. And I never touched a camera, a microphone, or an editing timeline. And because it's a line, not a person, it doesn't do this once. It does it again tomorrow with the next idea. One channel, run like a small factory, producing at a volume no solo creator working by hand could ever match. Let me talk about what this actually costs, because the numbers are the whole point. The writing worker runs on an AI model that's free or nearly free at this volume. The voice costs pennies per video. The visuals come from free libraries, and graphics I generate myself. The assembly runs on my own machine, so the marginal cost of the next video, once the line is built, rounds to nothing. And that is the real edge here, more than any single clever trick. When each new video costs you almost no money and almost no time, you can afford to publish far more often than a creator hand-editing everyone. On YouTube, more quality swings at the bat means more chances for one to connect. The factory doesn't just save you effort, it quietly changes the math of the whole game in your favor. Here's the honest part, and it's the most important thing I'll say. This factory does not think of ideas worth making. It does not have taste. It cannot tell whether a topic will actually land with real people, and it has no plan for turning viewers into a business. That's the 20% that is still entirely me. The judgment, the topic, the promise, the offer at the end. The machine is the crew. I'm still the director. And I'll be straight with you. Fully automated does not mean walk away and get rich. It means the grind is gone. So the only thing left for you to do is the part that actually matters, deciding what's worth saying. Point this factory at a boring topic, and it will faithfully produce a boring video, on time, forever. The taste is the job now. Everything else is a machine. So, if you want to build your own line, here's where to start. Don't try to automate all 6 stations this weekend. You'll drown. Build one. I'd start with the voice because it's the fastest win and it instantly makes anything you write feel like a real channel. Get one consistent AI voice reading your scripts, publish a few videos by hand, and get a feel for what the machine is good at before you chain the rest together. Add the next station only once the last one runs without you. I've written up the whole assembly line as a blueprint, every station, the order to build them in, and the exact instructions I give each worker. It's free, there's no email required, and the link is in the description. It's the closest thing to a map of this entire factory that I can hand you. And look, this channel is the proof. You're watching the machine work right now. If you want to see it keep building itself in public and learn to build your own, subscribe, because that's exactly what this channel is. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Or rather, the machine will.